Everyone, I'm Luke Hopper, welcoming you to this EMC session in the Academy of Electronic Music, brought to you by Google, Armada Records, DJ Mag and Point Blank Music School. So if you were watching last night, you'll know that AEM has brought us all together in a search for the world's best undiscovered producers. 7 winners was found, and now they're all taking part in Point Blank's electronic music composition course to improve their skills further. You can also follow their progress and join in with the assignments at the end of each session. So I'm now going to hand you over to the tutor, Ski Oakenfold. So Ski, what have you got in store for us today?
Hi, thanks Luke. I'm course developer and tutor at Point Blank, and I'm putting the 7 lucky winners and you through your paces on the electronic music composition course via this series of exclusive Hangouts. Remember, if you want to try this course for free, head on over to www.blankonline.net/free/free-stuff and click free course samples. So I'm just going to head over to the guys. How you doing, guys? You okay?
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, you enjoyed the session last night?
Definitely, yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah, it was a massive honour.
Yeah, fantastic. He gave some really great tips, didn't he? Armin.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, look, we're going to kick off with our first lesson. What I wanted to do first of all was just to kind of show people watching the course, the online course that you guys started. You started it yesterday, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And and how have you found it? You've kind of logged on, and have you been reading through the first week?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm just going to share the screen now, and just so people can see exactly what the course looks like. So I'm just starting this now. Okay. Okay, here we go. Just getting up here. Can you see that? Guys, can you see the course? Maybe we lost them.
Invite us again, or there we go.
There we go. Got you back there. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm just going to try sharing the screen again. Here we go.
Ski, we can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Okay, let's try this again. There you go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hey, fantastic. We're back. Okay. All right, well, let's just try this again. I'm just going to share the screen. There we go. So there we go. Can you see the course now?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Okay, there we go. So this is how it's laid out. We have 4 weeks, 4 lessons, and you can see that our first lesson here is keys, chords, and arpeggios. And we look at the keyboards and scales, and this is pretty much what we're going to be covering this week. And then the second week we have chord progressions, voicings, and bass lines. And third week we go into more kind of rhythms, riffs, and melodies. And then in the final week we talk about kind of arranging our tracks. So this program, Academy of Electronic Music, is going to be pretty much following that over the next 4 weeks. So we're going to get cracking. What we're going to look at today, it might seem a little bit kind of rudimentary to you guys, but we're just going to be laying down some sort of fundamental stuffs about key signatures and scales. And I just sort of wanted to ask you really, when you start a track, are you totally aware of the key that you're in? Do you choose a specific key? Do you put stuff in on the keyboard? How does it work for you guys?
Just basically messing around on the keyboard to start off with, and getting the first few chords down, and then just take it from there.
Yeah.
Okay, and did you kind of start off with some kind of musical training? Did you have piano lessons when you were younger, or did you just kind of pick it up as you went along?
Just
Like
picked it
6
up.
months.
Yeah. Just picked it up as we went along.
Okay, well, in that case, we're just going to start off looking at the keyboard. So I'm just going to share my screen again and just get up Logic. Here we go. Can you see that?
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it,
Yeah.
okay. All right, so we're looking at the keyboard here, and we've got our notes, our keys on the keyboard, and they're named according to the letters of the alphabet. So if we start off with this one here, this is an A, and they go sequentially A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and A. And so these are the white notes. Then we have the black notes, and these fall in between the white notes, and these are sharps or flats. So each black note can either be a sharp or a flat according to whether it's above or below a white note. So for example, this note here is a C, and we call this black note a C sharp because it's above the C. But we could also call it a D flat because it's below a D. So we could choose any note. So this note here is an F. This note here is an F sharp because it's above the F. So we have our sharps. They can be called accidentals as well, in sort of classical terms. But these are the sharps and the flats. Now we can also measure the distance between these notes. So if we play these notes in steps, like this C and the C sharp, this distance is called a semitone. If we play the next note, the distance between a C and a D is a tone. So that's how we can measure the distance between the notes. So let's talk about a scale. So if we start off with the simplest major scale, and I'll talk a little bit about major and minor in a minute. If we start off on the C and just play all the white notes sequentially, we have a C major scale. And what we can do, we can basically play any major scale starting on any note on the keyboard using a formula. And that formula uses the tone, semitone distances between the notes that we talked about earlier. I'm just going to bring up a text here to show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. Hopefully you can see that. So you can see here I've got major scales and R, T and S. So an R represents the root note. So that would be the C. A T represents the tone and an S represents a semitone. So if we're starting on C, which is the root note, and then we go up a tone to a D, and another tone to an E, and then a semitone, which is the S, to an F, because this is just one step. Then a tone, then another tone, and then back to the root note. And this is our major scale. So let's choose something really complicated. Let's start on an F sharp. And if we just follow this formula, F sharp is the root note, the R, and we go up a tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 and then back to the root note. So that's how we can play any major scale. Now there are two main types of scales you can see here with the text. There's major scale and then there's a minor scale. So first of all, let's just say what the difference between a major and a minor. Put simply, it's kind of happy and sad. So if we play this, this has kind of got quite a happy sound. If we played something like this, this is a minor sound and a sad sound. So, like I said, there are two types of scales, major and minor. The minor scale just has a different formula. So let's look at A minor. A minor is the simplest of the minor scales. So if we start on A and play all the white notes, you can see this has a different formula. So if we start on the root note, which is the R, then go up a tone to the D, then a semitone to the C, tone, tone, semitone, tone, and then back to the root note. So let's just, for example, just try something a bit harder. Let's try a G minor scale. So same formula: root, tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone, tone, and then root note. So there we have our 2 types of scales. Are you following this, guys? Is this stuff you kind of you know already?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
It's still good. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's really important to get this down, because when we start talking about chords, which is something we're going to look at tomorrow, we can define our chords and progressions based on these scales and these keys. So this is really, really important stuff. And even if you've been kind of working in music for a good few years, it's always good to come back to this stuff and just to sort of remind yourself. So, cool. So the next thing to talk about is just, music is very mathematical, as you can see with this formula. But we can when we talk about scales and the amount of sharps and flats they've got, if we started off with C major, see that's got no sharps or flats. But then if we went to G major, this has got 1 sharp here, which is this F sharp. If we then shot up to D major, this has got 2 sharps, this F sharp and a C sharp. And we can actually see this represented in something called the cycle of fifths, or the circle of fifths. I think that's more of an American term, but I'm just going to show you that now. And if you type that into Google, I'm sure you can find a number of diagrams like this. But this is really helpful because it shows you, we started off on the C, like I said before, it's got no sharps or flats. Then go to the right hand side, go to G, we've got 1 sharp there, then the D, 2 sharps, A, 3 sharps, E, 4 sharps, and then we can go the other way, go to the F, this has got 1 flat, there we go, and then the B flat, it's 2 flats. So there's a lot that we can kind of use this for. We can use this for chord progressions, and we might well come back to this, but certainly this is kind of a really useful kind of chart to refer to when you're practicing your scales. And in the course, there is, in this first week, actually provides 2 downloadable projects, which basically they're in Ableton and Logic, and they come with a video, and you can actually play along with the scales with this video. So I highly recommend downloading those projects and practicing this week, because I think it's it'd be really good. So there we go. That's pretty much what I wanted to talk about with scales. And the next thing I wanted to do was to bring up a project. I've got a project here, a Logic project, and I just wanted to basically have a listen to 5 tracks and see if we can work out the key signature. So I'm just going to flick back to the Hangout just to check that you're all still there and you're paying attention.
Yeah, you're here.
There we go. Fantastic. So I just wanted to ask you, have you guys got a keyboard with you, or a piano keyboard? Is it possible if I play this that you can actually kind of hear it and maybe try to sort of work out with me these key signatures?
Yes, we can.
Let me get one, please. It will take a minute.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Well, look, I'll get back to Logic, and we'll start playing the track, and we'll.
Sure.
You'll be there, I'm sure, in time. There we go. So, this track is one I heard the other day, and it's quite a new track, and I'm just going to play it now, and we're going to see if we can figure out the key signature. Can you hear that, guys?
An F minor.
C minor.
What did you say?
C minor.
F minor. F minor, no?
Yes.
C minor.
F minor. One kind of like first, it's very good that you figured that out, kind of, because what I was going to say is that often listening to the bass line is a really good indication of, listening to kind of what that first note or the main note in the bass line is. When we're listening to it, we're looking for what's called the tonic, and the tonic is the first note of the scale of the key signature we're in. So it's kind of like the most, dominant note really. Sometimes it can be a little bit ambiguous, but with this track, you are totally right. It's F minor. So if we listen to that bass line, I'm just going to turn up my headphones a bit. Cool, so I'm just going to just bring up the F minor scale there, just to so that everyone can see what that is. There we go. Got F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, and F. Cool, so you've done very well on that so far. So let's have a listen to the next one. Sure, you must know this track. So see if you have a listen to this and see if you can work it out.
Well, life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. So that's fine by me. So wake me
It's a B minor.
What was that?
A B minor.
D flat, B flat minor.
Below C.
Okay, I'll play a bit more, okay? This is good fun.
when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was friends.
I think it's just D.
D minor.
B minor.
Huh?
It's a B minor.
D minor.
D minor, yeah.
B.
B minor.
Some shouts
Yeah.
for B and D, I think.
Yeah, shouts for B and D. Okay, well, I can totally see why you might have said that. I would say it's D major. I'll just play along now.
Yeah, so it's just D.
But,
Well, the root is B minor. I think.
well, that's interesting because B minor is the relative minor of D major. Do you know about relative major and minor? Basically, the minor scale, the relative minor of a major scale has the same amount of sharps or flats. So D major has 2 sharps, the F sharp and the C sharp, whereas the B minor, same thing, has 2 sharps. And every major scale's got a relative minor, and likewise every minor scale's got a relative major. But I would say that this has got quite a kind of, because it resolves onto the D, I would say it leans more to into D major, but I think you all did very well on that as well. So, okay, I'm going to play another one now. This is an Armada release. I don't know if you know this track.
F major.
F major.
A major.
Yeah.
I think it's
B
A major.
minor.
F major.
I think
major.
A major.
Interesting.
major.
Okay, look, I'm gonna. This is
B
the kind of-
minor.
a whole range of scales and keys there. I'm going to keep playing because this is the verse section. Let's play to the chorus. Here we go.
I think it's A.
A flat.
Yeah. A sharp. E sharp.
Well, shall I tell you what I think it is?
E major.
F major.
B flat major. Because we go to the chorus here.
Yes.
So I would say that this chorus is resolving to the actual key here, which is B flat for this chorus. So for the whole verse section, we're just going on these 2 chords, which is the E flat major 7 and the F, and then going to the B flat major. Does that make sense to you? Still working it out? Okay, well, I mean, certainly if we play the B flat major scale over that, it certainly works. So I would say it's B flat major. I'm going to go to the next track now. This is something kind of a little bit away from our style, but still a great track. And I reckon you'll get this one probably pretty quickly.
Color in your cheeks. Do you ever get that feel that you can't shift, the tide that sticks around like summits in your teeth? Are there some aces up your sleeve? Have you no idea that you're in deep? I dreamt
Any
about
guesses?
you nearly.
What's that?
D major.
G minor.
G minor.
G minor. That's the one.
Yeah.
Let's play along. And I tell you what, I'll bring up the scale as well so everyone can see that. Where we got it? Here we go. G minor. Let's play along. Oh. It's disappeared again. There we go. Let's go to preview.
Every night this week, how many secrets can you keep? 'Cause there's this tune I found that makes me think of you somehow when I play it on repeat
Cool.
until I fall asleep.
So you did pretty well with that one. Okay, we've got one more to go now, and this is a tricky one. This is a bit jazzy. This is by Jimpster, personal favourite artist of mine on Free Range Records. And yeah, check this out. Got a guitar action going on.
Yeah,
I wish I
can
could see
hear
it.
that.
I think it's G major.
No.
C minor.
C minor.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is a bit ambiguous here. These chords. We could kind of say B flat minor, but I think it's more likely to be F minor.
Ah, yeah. Yes.
So if we just play over the top of that, and I'm going to shoot back to you guys in a minute. Great, so well, I think you did really well with that actually. I'm just going to go back to you now, and because we've had a lot of my Logic screen. There we go, we're back. Who was it? Who was it that was playing guitar? I could hear one
Someone's
of you guys.
got the guitar out.
There was two.
Oh, I do.
Fantastic. So I think, you know, it's really good. I mean, obviously, you know, it seems to me like you guys have got a good ear, but it's you know, it's so important to develop your sense of key signature. Like I said before, you know, that's how we're going to define chords and everything. And you know, I think this is a really good kind of thing to practice, you know, and I highly recommend this to anyone that's watching this as well, you know, to you know, just to sort of grab some tracks and just try to figure out the key signature and the scales. It kind of makes it more fun as well. I remember when I was starting off learning piano when I was 6, and I was just presented with this sort of book of scales, and it was vibeless to me. You know, I didn't know kind of what the point of it was. You know, whereas if you start playing along to the tracks and you think in terms of scales and keys like that, I think it's a lot more fun. So, cool. Well, what I've done is I've actually created a project, and I've created this in Logic and Ableton, and also in Soundation. And so everyone watching this, Soundation is a great DAW that actually works within your browser. And I know that you guys have got an account, you've set up an account already. And I'm just going to show you what Soundation looks like now. So I'm just going to go here. There we go. So this is Soundation, and actually I need to share the screen, don't I? There we go. Let's do that now. Okay. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, well, I'm just going to load up a project. So this is another key signature test. This time, these are just little kind of ideas that I've created myself. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear them from Soundation. I'm just going to play that. Do you think I'll be able to hear from the computer, JC? Should be. Let's just. Can you guys hear that?
No.
No.
Okay. All right. So I'll have to play this from an Ableton. But anyway, what I'm about to load up in Ableton, you'll be able to download. I'm going to show you where you can download that at the end of this session. So anyone can basically get an account with Soundation, and you can kind of get involved, and you can load up this project. So let's just go back to the Hangout now, and I'm just going to take it off screen share. There we go. And I'm just going to load up the Ableton project. So let's just quit this. Bear with me. Okay. There we go, just coming up here. There we have it. Which of you guys are on Ableton, and which of you guys are on Logic?
It doesn't matter.
I use Logic.
Logic.
I can work with both.
Yeah. Be like Armin. Armin seems to be using everything.
I prefer Fruity Loops, but I can work with them.
What do you think is good about Fruity Loops? Especially, I'm very interested to sort of hear, how it compares with Ableton or Logic.
I love the automation curves, and I just started with Fruity Loops, and so I know the most about Fruity Loops, and I can work really fast in Fruity Loops. But I also like Logic.
Okay.
More user friendly as well.
It's like my little child. Fruity Loops.
Interesting.
I can tell it in Dutch, but nobody would understand. So, but I just love Fruity Loops. Yes.
So for you, it's a kind of workflow thing, right? You feel like you can get ideas together more quickly.
Yes.
And what about when it comes to the mix, the final mix? Again, can you stay within Fruity Loops and still get the kind of quality that you could get from Logic?
No, I prefer mixing in Logic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
just recently started mixing in Logic, because in Fruity Loops it's very difficult because it takes a lot of CPU and RAM. So yes.
Okay. Cool. Well, let's just go back to screen share. And I've got my live here. There we go. So what I've done is a really, really simple ideas. I didn't want to kind of do any kind of production on this. It's a really kind of simple things, but each idea is just in a different key signature. So I'm not going to tell you the key signature now, because I want you and everyone who's watching to be able to download this and have a play around. But you guys who are on the course, I want you to do a little bit more. I want you to try to record in some parts. So I'm just going to play these little ideas now. Here's one. And I've provided just like an arpeggio sort of sound here you could use. So there's one. And there's another one here. And it might be cool is to actually, if you feel like it, to actually sort of add some production as well. Maybe you could use this as a seed to start something off, or add a beat or whatever. But initially, I just wanted to kind of you to kind of work out the key signature and to put some parts in. There's another one here as well. And I also wanted to ask you guys about arpeggios. Something that kind of figures, quite a lot in trance music, a lot of electronic music, really. Are arpeggios things that you play in yourself, or are you kind of using an arpeggiator device for that?
If I want to arpeggiate a sound in Nexus, I just use the built-in arpeggiator from that VST.
Okay. Because one thing that I feel is really good to do is a really good way of kind of practicing your scales and your knowledge of notes within the key signature is to actually kind of play in some arpeggios by yourself. So I think that's the task I'd like to set for you guys with this project, is to maybe for each of those 4 ideas to maybe kind of come up with some kind of arpeggio idea, and then if you wanted to develop that before tomorrow's class, that'd be really cool. And if you wanted to upload those as well, I'll give you details within the course. That'd be great, and then maybe we can have a look at those at the start of tomorrow's class. Just for you and for everyone else, I wanted to show you where you can download this Soundation file and the Logic and the Ableton file as well. So I'm just going to go onto here, and basically if you register, you go to Point Blank online, and you go to the free stuff, and when you register you'll be able to find that here. This should be here at the moment actually, but it's not. I think it will go live as soon as this session's finished, but it's basically the link that I read out earlier, www.pointblankonline.net/free-stuff. If you go there you'll be able to download those files, and we'll provide the link for that as well in the text. But yeah, I think because we're pretty much reaching time now on this session, I'm just going to bring you guys back. There we go. But yeah, thank you very much indeed. And I'd like it if you sort of as we go along, if you kind of come up with questions or things that you'd like me to cover over the next 4 weeks, please let me know. You can let me know through the course that you're on at the moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool, guys. Many thanks to all the guys there, and obviously to Ski. That was wicked, very, very insightful. So yeah, for everybody watching at home, I hope you've enjoyed this first EMC session of the Academy of Electronic Music. We're going to be back again, doing it all over again tomorrow, Wednesday at 3 p.m. In the meantime, good luck to all the 7 winners with the assignments, and to you at home. We'll see you next time. If you are watching at home and you do want to get a taste of the full course for free, head over to www.pointblankonline.net/free-stuff and click on the free course samples tab, and you can check out the electronic music composition course in full. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
See you later, guys.